Why do we love Joni? Let me count the ways. Time and time again, Joni's lyrics will draw out descriptive, detailed narratives and depictions of the everyday lived experience, conversations, impressions, observations. But while she's painting this literal picture, she's also showing us something that's beneath the surface, something that's intimate and highly personal. And that is the power of Joni's songwriting. Through telling the specific, she is telling the universal. Now, in order to make sure that we, the listener, are right there beside her, she utilizes a bunch of super effective techniques and approaches to writing lyrics. And I'm going to share with you my top 5. Number 1, Joni is the queen of the extended metaphor. You're in my blood like holy wine, you taste so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you and still be on my feet. Now, Joni could have stopped with that first phrase, you're in my blood like holy wine, because that metaphor alone, it's clever and it's intriguing. But in carrying on, the metaphor is brought further to life. The reality of this surreal notion of the blood and the wine becomes more 3D and becomes more heady, more potent. Now, Joni clearly loves to get creative with her metaphors to make her points land with more impact, like these lines from Hejira. As snow gathers like bolts of lace, waltzing on a ballroom girl. And I'm porous with travel fever. It makes her point come across so much more vividly because the language is esoteric, it's unusual and it's quirky. Number 2, show, don't tell. This is a great writing technique, and I've talked about this a lot. It's a way of implying meaning in your lyrics rather than spelling it out, allowing your listener to piece the story together for themselves. For example, in All I Want, instead of spelling it out by saying, when he's away, I don't know what to do with myself, I'm beside myself, I miss him so much, which, whilst it would kind of tell us how she feels, it comes across a little platitudinal and non-specific. Instead, all she says is, the bed's too big, the frying pan's too wide. And this technique conjures up a whole world of imagery and story around the lyric, and through it, the context of the song comes into view. Number 3, Joni finds unexpected ways of stating the obvious, quite often by using the prosaic or the everyday, unromantic, unpoetic language, in order to express things in a way that feels more refreshing and unusual. For example, between the forceps and the stone from Hejira, which would translate to from birth to death. And from My Old Man, we don't need no piece of paper from the city hall, keeping us tied and true. Translating to, we don't need to get married. We don't need to tie ourselves down. Also from My Old Man, I want to knit you a sweater. I want to write you a love letter. Translating to, I want to love you oh so completely. So to avoid the cliches, Joni is using the mundane to express the big emotions. And this is incredibly effective. Number 4, Joni just loves to start a song in the middle of the action, in the middle of the scene taking place. Sure, you can spend your first verse setting the scene if that's what you want to do. It's a pretty standard device actually, but why not just get straight into it without wasting any words? Bringing more impact and punch to your story and with a familiarity about it. It's like Joni knows the people she's singing to. For example, the way I see it, he said, you just can't win it. These are the opening lines to Free Man in Paris. Or from Hissing of the Summer Lawns, he brought her a diamond for her throat. He put her in a ranch house on a hill. Now, whilst we have no clue who these characters are or what's gone down or what's about to go down, this immediate immersion into the scene gains our trust. It pulls us in. We don't yet know, but we really want to. Number 5, alliteration, consonants and assonance. Using these sort of techniques controls the momentum of the lyrics and the narrative within. Hear it in Hejira with white flags of winter chimneys waving truce against the moon. And from Free Man in Paris, wander down the Champs-Élysées going cafe to cabaret. Now, we have barely scratched the surface here, but there's so much to get stuck into. So why not take one of the songs I've quoted from and see what gems you can find for yourself? And you'll find that full list in the comments below.